what would be some of the ground rules that you would wish for as a consumer in terms of ads in games? So, Jasana, what was the ground rule that you came up with?
One of my key ground rules was actually no game clutter. So any ads or product placements within the game must be silent and must add to the game experience.
Great. Patrick, what's your ad?
Similar to that, advertising must be optional to pursue viewing, but it should reward the player for doing so, with the caveat that the reward cannot be so powerful that the player cannot easily complete that phase of the game without it.
Mine is advertisements at the side of games cannot be so distracting that they distract the player from gaming so that they choose to look at them if they want to. So.
How much is too much?
Well, just like flashing and really bright and then just like distracting from the game itself.
Gotcha. Brian?
Advertising will never determine the content of the game. My one concern is that if advertising starts to really descend into the game sphere, then suddenly we won't have any more Grand Theft Autos, and we won't have any more M-rated games. And everything is sort of going to play to the large demographic, and so the content will get less interesting.
And is that because you think that'll happen, it'll become just too neutralized because, well, how would advertising make it no longer a...
Well, it's, right now, games are like an uninterrupted narrative form, like filmmaking is, with levels and tiers. But obviously, the more entrants you can have into gaming, the more potential eyes you have on ads, which frightens me a little bit because I would hate to see games become less cutting edge to try to make sure that everything is for the whole family, everything's for 4 quadrants.
Great. And Lisa?
I'd like gaming advertising to establish a standard of creativity maybe that has to be met. And my reasoning is I don't want to be brought back to reality by the ads. I'm in a different world when I'm gaming. I don't want information on investments to be the ad on in my gaming world. So I want a level of creativity that can't go below.
Got it. Our final question for the creative consumers was for them to define what their ultimate brand experience would be in terms of interacting with the game. So again, they're given license to define what that experience is, and even that they would pay for it to be so cool. How awesome would it be to have this brand experience that we even pay for? Lisa, what's yours?
I can access newly created games through a brand. They would be the ones to introduce me to newly created games, maybe even give me the ins and outs on how to do that game well, and they'd start out as the sponsor for that game.
Brian?
I'd be able to take virtual tours of a real company in the gaming sphere and learn more about things. I'll give you an example. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. So we have Anheuser-Busch InBev now exists in the city. And so you can go on a tour of the brewery, and you'll see the bottles get poured, you'll see everything get made and packaged. I'd love to be able to go to a place like that inside the world of a pre-existing video game and explore something in greater detail and learn more about how like the Coca-Cola bottling factory works, for instance. Again, going back to a sandbox title, if there was a bottling factory in the sandbox title, I would love to be able to go there, walk around, see the factory, get more information about a brand that I interact with, and then kind of keep that for myself and still be able to return to the video game. Kind of building off what you're saying is keeping everything interactive.
Keep it interactive. Great. Sheila?
Mine is I would love to play the games that I like now and have a brand theme. So like, just an example for like Mario Party, like you could choose the course and it would be a one brand theme. So like the course would be all one brand and you would, like the items would all be from that brand and like the course was just like, everything is from that brand. So it's like a themed. Got
it, great. Patrick?
I would like to see, similar to Brian's, I would like to see the immersion of it into a game. I'm a big fan of the shoot 'em ups and whatnot. So what would happen if, say, the big toy company was attacked by terrorists and you had to send your team in there to take them out as it is, and it actually really is, this is the offices, this is what goes on, and during the mission prep, you would find out about the history of the company, because of course, you've got to know that stuff before you go on in.
Great. Jasana.
Brian actually spoke to an idea that I had also about purchasing products through the game. I thought about something that I would be willing to pay for. I would be willing to pay for things that I really want, not so willing to pay for just a game experience. So I'd like to be able to buy new versions of products, sort of the cutting edge, the first opportunity at grabbing something through the game. I think that would be pretty innovative.
Great. Anyone else have something different that hasn't been spoken yet? Go ahead, Lisa.
Creative detours implemented into the middle of my game to take me into the brand world. It wouldn't affect my game. It would be a temporary pause, and I don't know how that would be done, but it would be interesting. It would be a nice surprise.
What's an example of a creative detour? What would that, just walk us through? What would that be?
I'm in the middle of a game, and Minesweep, and the screen is suddenly a version of Minesweep that's taking me through brands, or brands are popping up and wiping me out, and then it goes back to exactly where I was in the game.
Okay, great.